Alright, we live, baby. What's good? What's good, y'all?
What's going on?
Got another episode coming. Episode, this is 5, 4? I think it's 4.
4, 5. Well, we got a good one. We got a good one.
Yes. Come on now. You jinxed me. Word, I was good. I was flowing. I was ready to go. I swear I was. I had everything mapped out today. But you know what? We're going to keep it rolling. Today we got a special episode. As I said, we're going to teach black business, black excellence, and we just want to bring you the best content possible. So our special guest today is Carolyn Brown. She is successful in a couple of ventures. I don't want to get too deep into it because I definitely want you to let them know you get busy. So, yeah, no further ado. Chaz, we got Chaz. Say, y'all know Chaz. You know what it is.
Yeah, but nevertheless, definitely a pleasure having you here with us today.
Thank you.
Our first interview with a business owner, so we just gonna keep it coming. You're a business owner. Can you tell us more about your business and exactly what you do?
All right, so I'm Carolyn Brown, and I own a wonderful company called Jumperoo Inflatables. We rent inflatables to Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas. We have been in business since 2009. We have 2 certified inspectors on staff. We're registered with PA, so we're registered with rides and measurement standards, and we have an awesome company.
Oh, nice.
So, there's a lot going on. We are now, like, post-COVID, things are starting to open back up, and a lot has changed within the last year. COVID definitely affected a lot of people. A lot of people lost jobs, and some people really had to get back to hustling and surviving, and just trying out new things and thinking outside the box.
Right.
So, what's the importance of having a black-owned business post-COVID? Because I feel like a lot of people are late to the game. You know what I mean? And you have it figured out. Well,
trying.
You got it. You've been outside looking in.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. Like a decade, you're talking about that you've been doing this, and 2-3 years is something. But then you can say, yo, I'm been in the game for a decade.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to pre-COVID have a black-owned business, post-COVID still doing it, making it happen? Like you survived COVID.
Yeah.
Like a lot of black-owned business did not do that. So just tell us a little bit about your experience and your journey through that.
So I think in general, having a business is a task in itself, right? Then you throw a pandemic out there and it's like, whoa. I think some of the things that helped us, one, we were a debt-free company. We don't owe anybody. Nice. We started and we invested in our business, 12 years ago with 2 units, and we've just added on. We invest in our business every year, and now we're up to over 21 units. Now, I can see how COVID could have helped a couple of different ways, right? So if you already had a business, COVID kind of could have boosted you a little bit if you had, there was PPP out there was EIDL out there was some, government money that allowed, you to do some different things. Right. Now, if you had a lot of debt, I could see why COVID, you were shut down. You would have been, as a black business owner, we got to fight harder, period, anyway. We're moving stereotypes out the way. One of the things I can remember people saying, somebody looked at our website one time and they said, I didn't know y'all were a black business. Wow. I said, well, why would you say that? Because your website is so nice. Wait,
wow.
What?
Like, so you can't have something nice because you black.
And it's crazy, and that was coming from an African American person. So some of those stereotypes that we even put on ourselves. So right, and we fight those anyway. You know what I mean? So then we hit with a pandemic, and if you were already kind of indebted to people, I could see why you were messed up. So we were just poised a little different. Thank God, we were prepared. Again, we lost all of our corporate. Corporate. We love doing our backyard birthday parties. But corporate is really what helps sustain us and boost us and take us to different levels. And we lost every corporate, business out there.
Wow.
So it's safe to say that because you had your paperwork together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right? You were able to sustain that and
Correct.
get corporate, like you said, corporate accounts.
Correct.
that help you get through that. Because if your paperwork wasn't right, that wouldn't have been right. So,
and one of the things, we're not just, I tell people, sometimes people just do stuff for a hobby. We're not just doing this for a hobby. We're a business. We actually are switching over. We're no longer going to be an LLC. We're a corporation now because we have grown so much. It's a whole different ball game, and we didn't do this just to make a quick dollar. When we did it, we decided we were going to do it the right way. Take every legal step to do it the proper way. So when time did come and pandemic did happen, we were able to access those monies and grants and things that were out there because we did the right way.
You can't get no government money
without
paperwork.
Right.
For sure.
We might name this episode paperwork. So
they know
you gotta get your stuff in order.
Have to. And again, we just did not want to be one of those companies that we were just popping up. When you see us, we're coming. As a real legit company.
Cool. Yeah. So you talked about a little bit of how having your paperwork together and just making sure everything was straightened out and your energy is feeding off. So it sounds like you're real passionate.
Oh.
So, when did you become passionate about this? What changed in your life to have you go through this path?
So, I've been in the education system for a while and working with students, and it was just, my degree is in education with the emphasis in recreation. Never taught a recreation class or anything like that in my life,
So you have no experience in this.
No business degree. I've always been almost an entrepreneur at heart. You almost didn't know. Yeah. But I'm a hustler, period, like with stuff. So one day, just had a young child. I think she was 2 then. And I went to sleep and I had a dream. And I woke up and I told my husband, I said, the Lord gave me a vision to start a business. But it's going to take all of our savings. Now, we only had a savings because we were poor. Yeah. We only had a savings because we had just got our income tax. And we had put it in there. We had a young child. So we had a couple $1,000s saved up. Not really saved up. It was that check that we put in there. It was there. And he said, well, you better go back to sleeping. Think about it again and be sure. And I'm like, because that was taking everything. You know what I mean? And,
that's a risk.
It was literally, and that was a little cushion. Exactly. And that was a little cushion for us. And then he's like, you better be sure. So I went to sleep the next day, and maybe a day or two later, I could not shake it. Like it just kept coming to me.
Yeah.
So I just knew, and people think that's crazy when anybody, I don't care if it's a banker asks me, whoever asks me, I tell them that God really gave me that vision in the dream, and I could not shake it. And I did the research, saw what it was gonna take. My daddy gave me about $1,800, I think, then, and we put our savings in, and we did it. We stepped out on faith, and I can remember when we first started, my granddad had a truck. He had passed away, and my dad said, well, you could use this truck. It was a stick shift. We're on hills. I was like, there's no way that we can. But we end up, having to make it work. And, 12 years down, we've learned some lessons. We've changed some things, but we're still in business and we're just growing.
That's so you're a busybody for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So,
yes.
People always see the glam, the easy stuff, the blowing up the bounce house. Oh yeah, that looks easy. You know what I mean? Like I could blow up a bounce house, but like for real, like what is your typical day like? Because behind the scenes, there's a lot of things people naturally just don't see.
Right.
For sure.
And it looks good, like even down to like the organization.
Yeah.
And we had to squeeze you in here today. To get this interview.
Right.
You got so many so many things going right now. So even just glance over it, but like break it down. Like you even have your schedule got to be tight.
So
in
it
order
does.
For you to be able to do certain things.
It really,
your business.
It really does. So I'm a mother of 2 girls, 14-year-old and a 9-year-old, and I have an awesome husband who has supported us through it all. So he works, a job 12 hours a day. And our day usually entails me getting up this morning. Let's just give you this morning. I had 3 events booked today, and that's a light day for summer, a Saturday. 3 events booked this morning. Got up at about 8 o'clock. Text, make sure we still on for the day because it's raining today here in Pittsburgh. Make sure we still on. Got my girls up, got them, all ready, and we loaded and headed out. Now they're a little older now, so they kind of help. Right. But we went from event to event. We're doing this now, and then I'll have to go and we'll shut down 2 more this evening. But that usually what my day entails on weekends. Typically 4 to 5 events. Then that doesn't stop because I am the everything
yeah.
of, you know, the
You
company
hold
as
down
well.
the fort, yeah,
Right.
you
And
do
when I
everything.
get home, you know, all while I'm working and doing events, people are calling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're on the first page of Google. We probably have, you know, we're probably like number 1 or number 2 now listed as Google. So we're getting calls all day long. So once I'm done dropping off, I got to return phone calls.
But yeah, so you
Email.
your own receptionist, your own assistant, your
Yes.
own vice president.
Yeah,
you know,
everything. And I'm
attorney.
delivering them.
Yeah,
you
right,
know,
right,
setting
right.
up. I do have help, you know, but, you know, it's just
But
one of
you're
those things.
involved.
I'm
You're hands-on.
involved.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hands on.
all the way in.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not sitting back. You actually, you know, rolling up your sleeve, getting it done.
I grind.
Yeah.
Today we did a 750-pound bounce house, and I was out there staking them in, flipping them off with my guys, because it's just, you know, I'm used to
ain't
doing
easy.
it. It's
No,
not
it's not
easy.
easy.
Not easy.
Right? And I think some people think that. They think that, I'm going to just pay this couple $1,000, start this business, and we're going to roll. You know what I mean? No insurance. No, you know, they're just gonna do it, and they're just gonna wing it, and that's not what we were trying to do. We, you know, that's not what we were going to do. You know, if we weren't gonna do it right, we weren't gonna do it at all.
Right.
You know, and that's why one of the things I think why we're so successful is because we don't cut corners. You
Right.
know what I mean? We do it the right way, so we can. But my day is busy. It's
Right.
crazy,
All day.
definitely
It
all
ain't
day.
easy.
You know, and we'll unload tonight, and then we'll do it again tomorrow.
Everything, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
It's work. It's a grind. It's a hustle.
is.
You got to be committed. 10 years and she's still running and still going.
Still keeping
And
it going.
even after 10 years, she's still actively involved.
Yeah.
Some people get detached, you know, from
Yeah.
the day-to-day hustle and bustle
Right.
of it and try to get somebody else to do it. But like you hands-on, so it gets. I'm gonna do it right.
Right.
I gotta make sure my company's represented the right way each and every time.
Right. And I want people, I want to be seen. You know, I want people to know that, you know, I'm not too good to be out here flipping and getting dirty with everybody else. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm out here sweating just like everybody else because this is my baby. I tell
Right,
people that,
exactly.
you know, it took everything to start it, and it's my baby. And I want to make sure I'm nurturing and taking care of it. And it, you know, so we can still, you know, be here 12, 15, 20 more years.
That's right.
So.
On some P. Diddy, you know.
That's right.
He's still here.
Still here. Yeah, and I'm teaching a different generation. So my girls will know. My baby, who's 9 years old, she literally can hammer them in, stake them in. She can attach the blower. I told the guy today, I said,
lit.
my
See?
9-year-old did that. And she does them right.
And she'll be a business owner too.
She
one day.
will, you know.
definitely.
And they're entrepreneurs at heart because what they see their mom
Mom
do.
do it,
You know, they
exactly.
really do. And it's just,
And it'll be vested into them.
exactly. And she asked me the other day, Mom, so what happens, you know, when you're done? You know, does Jumperoo come to us? I said, it sure does if you want it.
Oh, for
and if you
sure.
don't want it, you hire somebody to take it and you get the revenue from it.
Exactly. That's
You know,
it.
and it's
Keep it
still
in
ours.
Yeah, it's still
Keep it
connected.
Right.
Collect from
Yeah,
it.
and it's ours. You know,
Right.
nobody can ever take that from you. It's ours. You know.
You built it from the ground up.
That's right.
So, who are your biggest supporters, and what motivates you on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, my biggest supporters definitely in my family. From
Family first.
you know, family
For
first
sure.
for sure. From my little cousins. My little cousin told me when he was like 14 or something like that, and I started. He said, "You don't have to pay me. You know how we used to pay him with food. You know what I mean? Like that was it.
Food
You know,
goes a long
that
way.
was it. He used to give him $1 and you know what? By his friends seeing him, he would bring another friend and another friend, and I still have his friends to help us out to this day, and they do my business right and they do it well. So my family, you know, my parents, you know, if I need to go to a long event, I know I have, you know, somebody there for my children.
Right.
My husband gets off work, help unload and load. He's clutch. You know what I mean? I couldn't have done it without, you know, my family. That's my biggest support.
Nice.
And they're my drive. You know,
Yeah.
they're my, you know, looking at my girls and, you know, having them be involved, you know, helps me to say they'll be set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to have to worry about something in the future. You know, they don't have to work for anybody if they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't have to
No,
start
no.
at zero.
Exactly.
No, they don't,
Exactly.
'cause you already pushed the bar so far
That's
that
right.
it has
Yeah,
somewhere to
they
go.
done
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, and I'm giving them a foot up. You know, it seems like our community are the only ones who don't set our kids up. You know, and I want to be
Yeah.
able to set my kids up for something that they don't have to, you know, be borrowing from anybody else. They can ask their mom, or they can have that inheritance
Right.
to just take from.
You
That's
know,
good.
so many of our families don't set, like you said, set our kids up for success like that.
For the
And,
Right.
future.
you know, like you said, you've been doing this for a long time, so you've been able to instill in them, like, yo, this is the importance. Then you're gonna get it if you want it, and then your kids are gonna get it.
That's right.
And then that'll generational wealth will just
Generational
always
wealth, right.
always continue for real. And,
Right.
and that's what it's all about. Like, stop starting your families at zero.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people are not fortunate enough, but for the ones that are, like, you got to change that narrative.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so many other people have it figured out and been figured it out a long time ago. Like, start doing little things like life insurance. Like
I mean, however you gonna get it,
however you get it,
That's
you get
right.
it. It's just important little things though you gotta take care of. But all that to say, what are some of the challenges you face? Because 10 years, this always gonna be something. I feel like every day is always something. You know what I mean? Especially just being an owner, because this, you're the head of the snake, so just everything gets thrown at you. So, what advice would you give to people to just look out for? Like, this is something that you need to do and try to avoid. So, people gonna bump their heads, but
Oh, I bumped mine.
let them know, let them know one or two things before they bump their head unnecessarily.
So, and I think the biggest challenge is, sometimes I put guilt on myself about being that mom, and I'm not the mom to cook dinner every day. I'm not the wife that's going to prepare. But I think that's probably some of my biggest challenges, because I feel almost guilty that I can't sit down. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't even like to cook. But the fact that I'm supposed, that's what you feel like they're supposed to do.
Right.
So one of those things I feel guilty about. I always kind of feel guilty about. Now, we try not to let our kids miss out on anything. They're very active in school, very active with friends. But that extra vacation or something they don't take. We go on vacation every year. But feeling like sometimes you don't get that time. I just told my husband the other day, man, little things, we're going to take them up, on a pop-up trip, because we don't get to do that because our weekends are shot. You know what I mean? Busy, yes. Yeah. Now, I know within me that it's for the future and I'm building on something, right? Exactly. But that guilt still is there.
Nothing happens overnight.
Right. So that's one thing. If I would be able to say, okay, I would feel like I need to maybe try to balance a little more. Now, I wear so many hats.
Right. It's not easy.
That it's not easy. So, maybe allowing people to delegate a little bit. If you were getting into this business, I say, you don't have to do everything. Now, you can delegate a little, whether it be, my website has helped us, because I used to be on the phone with people all the time. You know what now? Go ahead, hop on the Jumperoo. Go ahead and hop on. Exactly. So that saves some time for me too. So even delegating, and that's my way of delegating that little task. And I delegate it to the website, but even delegating, I think helps a lot. Right. Now you have to be involved. Yeah, but if there's something somebody else can do, let them do it. Yeah. Let them do it.
I think like you said, but as your baby, it's hard to trust somebody to do it the right way.
And nobody's going to do it like you. Exactly. To be honest, even if they do a good job. Exactly. It's not going to be like you. Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, somebody having a car. That's why people don't let you just borrow their car.
Right.
Because you don't pay for it. You know what I mean? You don't pay the insurance.
That's right.
So it's like, you don't have to deal with those headaches.
Right. And they're not going to care for it like you're going to care for it. Right.
Exactly. So, back to talking about generational wealth and success. The importance of it. Being black-owned business. The timings. Define what you want your legacy to be. I mean, you've already built it, right? With the business and just being an entrepreneur and then just grinding. But what's something that you want people to know about you and yours?
Right.
Just Jumperoo.
So, me personally, I'm just a person of faith, right? And I've always been. And I want people to know that, I took this step and it paid off. You know what I mean? I took that step of faith, it paid off. And now for generations to come, my girls are going to have a successful, business. Again, if they don't want to ever work in it, they'll always recoup the revenue. So I want to leave that legacy behind that, my girls can do anything, they would like to do. And, to push themselves and to step out with those dreams, for sure.
Right. And you're a black woman too.
Yeah.
That's even more important, right? Like,
sure.
Praise to the black mothers out there, for real. Like, that's a blessing in itself, for real. So, congratulations and shout out to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it. Yeah, it's some work now.
Yeah, right.
What advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
My 16-year-old self, I would definitely tell my 16-year-old self, do not go pay that $140,000 to not use that degree at all. No, and you can't, and I'm not going to really say that per se, but because I am, I feel like everybody should try college. You know what I mean? It may not be for everybody, but I feel like you need that experience, right?
There's more than one way to skin
There's
a cat.
more one. There definitely is. I will tell you, I'm not using that degree, and I never had a degree in business or any classes on business. Wow. I'm just, I'm learning. And I'm still learning. I'm a researcher. I do a lot of research. So I would tell myself just to even my 14-year-old stresses out right now. She's like, I don't know what I want to be. I don't know. I want to be successful. I don't know what I want to do. What kind of job? What I want to study? And just give yourself that time. You know what I mean? Give yourself. Yes.
30 don't even got it.
Right. Exactly. A lot of people are reinventing themselves.
Right.
Too, so
and that's what. Right. And I tell her that I was like, you don't have to worry about that now. You'll come. Now I wish I would have found out that this will be my path sooner, but I didn't, and I feel like those
about timing.
Right. And I always do say, so my degree is in health and physical education with the emphasis in recreation. I'm getting the recreation part. I'm doing the fun stuff. So that's what I say. All right, I'm doing the fun stuff. I did rock climbing and stuff like that at some of my electives in college, and I'm just I'm able to do that fun part now.
See. So. Sometimes you pay all that money for a degree, you can't even use it.
Man.
I'm in that boat too.
Yeah.
And, but like you said, there's more than one way to get it.
That's right. That's right.
And like I went to this college briefly, but I never finished, but I hope I'm doing okay.
That's right. You here. You all right.
Yeah, I'm still here. But with God's grace.
That's
real.
right.
For
That's
sure.
right.
So where can...
Did you have one before this? Before that?
Nah, that was my last one. Remember Legacy?
Oh, all right. So what? What?
I said that.
Nah. All right. All right. So, what can we expect from you in the future, and where can we find you?
So, we are pushing that gas pedal all the way to the floor. We have some great things brewing. Not only have I started Jumperoo 12 years ago, we have started a new company called Outer Limits Adventure Park, and we are opening an indoor party center. I am the first African American in this area to open an indoor FEC here, so I'm excited about it. Yes, black woman, 100% owner. My husband, he gets some of the credit, but I'm 100% owner. No, but so that's what you have to look forward to us in the future. We're opening here in fall. And that will consist of laser tag, arcade, a cafe, ninja course, soft play. So it's your full family entertainment center. And that's going to keep us kind of busy for sure.
So we're
definitely going to be there.
Chelsea Piers type.
Yeah.
Jumperoo.
Yeah. That's right.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, something that we've worked on for a long time, and it's finally here. We just finalized the lease and everything, and I'm excited. So that's what you have to look for.
Can I give an idea? Let's put a batting cage in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do
little soccer field.
Not yet.
Basketball court. You know what I mean?
You know what?
On in there, you know what I'm saying?
Give me some time. Too much right now. Give me some time, a little more capital. Let me work this for a couple years, and I got you for sure.
We're gonna wait on that, but I'm serious. I want to go.
No, I definitely want to go now. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not like. I got kids, so it's not a lot of stuff out here that you one stop shop like you said, and you're just gonna keep building. And I can't wait till when that grand opening happens. We in there like swim.
Yes, come on, and you can check us out. Our business now, Jumperoo, is jumpingjumperoo.com, and we spell Jumperoo Jumperoo. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Yes, put that somewhere.
All
right.
Across the bottom.
Yes.
My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You can find us on there. And then our new business is Outer Limits Adventure Park, and we're online as well. Okay. And you can find us at outerlimitsadventure.com.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, one more time for them so they can write it down.
All right, we are Jumping Jumperoo, and we spell Jumperoo JUMPEROO.com, and then there's Outer Limits, which is our new indoor that's opening this fall, and that is outerlimitsadventure.com.
Let's get it. I love it, man. That's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
You had a busy day. You still came through for us. And I was scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared. I was like, she can't make it. Then she hit me with I'm good to go. So I was like, bet we back on.
Let's
maybe
go.
We made it happen. So long time coming, but I hope to bring you back. You know what I mean? Maybe when you grand opening of Outer Limits or something.
Maybe y'all can
like
come
that.
there.
No,
Maybe
oh,
we should
yeah,
interview
we will.
there.
Nah, we
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's bet.
Follow up.
Time stamp
That's
this
right.
date, and we're gonna show you what it's looking like in the future.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
Come
Yeah,
November,
let's do
let's interview right in there.
Why
We can
Do
do
a
that.
good tour.
We can do
Got
that.
it.
Dope. In your office with the picture behind us, and then you're just gonna be with your legs crossed like.
I guess I may be working somewhere though, but we gonna do it. We gonna make it happen.
Boss lady.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for another one.
Yeah.
Holla.